What up, what up, what up? Hope you're having a good day. I wanted to make this video because I had some stuff on my mind once again. Always got the gears turning up in here. I think every man needs something in their head that they're striving toward, for something that they believe in personally, that isn't complicated, can be worked not toward, but that you can embody every day. So for example, honesty or patience or kindness. Having a virtue that when you wake up each morning, you tell yourself, this is the type of person I want to be, and you embody it. And I think that is how you build real self-esteem, because it can't be taken away from you. No one can force you to not be an honest person. No one can force you to not grant yourself the label of being an honest person, if you are in fact an honest person. I think our society these days it's far too interested in status. Everything actually revolves around status, even success. Someone who is successful in today's eyes of the media would be someone with status. So status. What do you care more about? Do you care more about status? Or do you care more about being a certain type of person? Which one, when you look back, will leave you feeling invigorated? Will leave you feeling like you lived a life worth living? Will make you feel like your life was for a reason? If you get all those fancy things and you get a nice job, fuck a bunch of bitches, and then you're 50, if that's all that it was, then are you gonna look back and say, fuck yeah? Or are you gonna look back and say, I was deluded? So I think that's a good thought experiment to do in your head. Like, as you look back, like sometimes when you don't know what you desire or what you even value, I think a good thing to think about is, what would you look back on with dismay? Like, there's an infinite number of futures. Which one of those futures would you think, looking back on it, wouldn't be good? So you can start there. Figure out what you don't want, in other words, rather than what you do want. And then maybe what you do want will become clearer. But I also think, circling back to what I started with in this video, you want something to strive for. I think any man or woman, when they have an ideal in their head of something that they're embodying, you need to keep it simple and you need to keep it consistent. Because if you keep falling off track and just picking new things, then you'll just continuously be distracted and get nowhere. It's better to dig a hole far deeper than to dig a bunch of holes 3 inches deep if you're looking for treasure. So don't spread yourself too thin. I think life is fulfilling when you feel depth in it rather than breadth. Breadth is for people with no attention span. And that's the problem with like today. All the media conditions us for breadth. You go on any scrolling app and you're bombarded with potentials. You're bombarded with this and that. So get off the apps, seriously. Actually, you can't just quit. I know we probably all just wanted to get rid of it, and then we delete Instagram or delete TikTok, and then before you know it, it's a week later and we're like sitting on our bed late at night and we're like, shiny colors. But no, you have to replace it with something else. You can't just create a void, because you'll never survive that. So replace those multitasking kind of breadth entertainment with more focused entertainment. And simplify your life. Simplify your life with things that you want to be doing. Our brains are not meant to be stimulated that much. There's enough stimulation going on inside of it already. We don't need a whole bunch of external stuff going in all the time. I think when one thing goes in, it gets digested, sifted through for a long time. It is far superior than when 50 things just get thrown in there without second thoughts. So one thing I've actually started doing, and this relates to just depth of knowledge rather than breadth, is I've just been taking quotes, whether it's from the Bible, any like influential person that you look up to. You basically just find any quote that someone has said and that resonates with you, and you meditate on it. And you do that for a full month. You stay with that quote until it stops serving you. I hope that kind of illustrates like what I'm talking about here. Like, you want depth of reach rather than breadth. You want something that you're striving for, but something very simple. Something that's like really easy to remember. Because our lives are busy and we forget about the things that we're looking up to and just get confused. So if you just have that one thing that's just like your North Star for a bit, it will have an impact on you. So I'm going to bring it up here.